Hi students, JNTUK R16, 3rd BTech, 2nd semester, subject Microwave Engineering, unit number 4, lecture number 22, day 22, topic Backward Wave Oscillator, Department of ECE, Chebrolu Engineering College. I welcome all you for this online video lecture, video class. Welcome to everyone. So on screen, so you are watching backward wave oscillator block diagram, constructional structural diagram. So actually, this is a continuation for a traveling wave tube. So in construction point of view, something different, small amount of change required in this backward wave oscillator. So in backward wave oscillator, so this is the diagram, basic diagram for backward wave oscillator. So it is a cathode terminal. So generally this backward wave oscillator is a microwave continuous wave oscillator. So the specialty of this macro backward wave oscillator has it is having very good tuning compatibility for microwave application. So I think everybody has knowledge on parameter of tuning. Just so the similar construction, so the basic micro backward wave oscillator has a similar construction that of like our regular traveling wave tube. So apart from it is having quite different features, it has its own. So let us look. So the basic explanation is very in simpler. So I already completed in the previous day 21 lecture, lecture number 21. We completed some operation regarding this one. So as apart from backward wave oscillator, so it is doesn't contain any type of attenuator. So as we know that it is all reflected waves are responsible for this major operation. So that's why backward wave oscillator doesn't contain any attenuator in its operation. So like a traveling wave case, it doesn't has any attenuator. So therefore RF signals which are reflected towards that cathode are not attenuated. But the electron beam from the electron gun, so in this constructional diagram, electron beam from the electron gun, which is passing like here, focused by axial magnetical field. So if transient have resulting, so generally it will produce somewhat of RF oscillations. All these RF oscillations travel through this direction. So therefore this helix interact with electron beam. So it is very important step in this backward wave oscillator to understand how this bunching process will take place like traveling wave tube. So in this backward wave oscillator also this bunching will take place, therefore increasing the compactness of this backward wave oscillator. So somebody says that is called cathode to collector and interchanging of energy between the electron beam and RF wave occurs exactly in this backward wave oscillator like traveling wave tube. So that's why I mentioned here one point in this thing. So the electron gun emits stream of electrons and they are accelerated towards the collector. So this is very uh, basic operation for helix, like helix basic operation in BWO. So due to this operation, it generates the noise, which is generally due to the occurrence of these thermal effect, whatever in BWO. And again, in this BWO, whatever be the noisy signals that are generated through this bunching process, so all these signals have their arbitrary frequency, and almost all frequencies which are be available in the microwave band that are be available in this backward wave oscillator. So that is the one type of observation point here we are noticing in this backward wave oscillator. So another significance of this backward wave oscillator here I mentioned, whatever be the waves traveling through this helix. So generally helix is very important component both in traveling wave tube and backward wave oscillator. So I think everybody has good knowledge on this prototype fabrication of helix. So these helix incorporating, so all these helix are incorporating with a good frequencies. So therefore the waves are traveling in this helix, which are be developed across this backward wave oscillator, which are be operated under this frequencies is well-known frequencies. So all these microwave frequencies, this backward wave oscillator will be acceptable. Another significance of operation here I mentioned, so the generated wave traveling in the reverse direction towards the electron gun at the end of the tube. So this is the specialty of backward wave oscillator. Why? Because backward wave oscillator does not have any attenuator as a from geometry. So therefore all be oscillations due to reflection phenomena from so imperfectly terminated at the end of collector and at the end of helix. So therefore reflected waves results in this backward wave oscillators. So there is a good interaction can be done between the electron beam and signals of the helix. So automatically all they will form the velocity of this electron that should be matches in this helix wave BWO operation. Apart, like in HWT, in BWO, the beam is slightly greater than velocity of the signal on helix. So therefore, this causes the electron beam. So that gives up a particular energy to the RF wave. So when electron beam travels like via the helix traveling wave tube, it will get a maximum velocity. It will attain maximum velocity through the particular signal, through the particular helix. So therefore, automatically our electron beam attains some energy. Our electron beam attains some energy which will rise up towards the RF wave signal, Therefore, that is an important point here we have to notice. So by taking the energy from the electron beam, so RF signal amplitude on helix will drastically increases, and it will nears the electron gun and at the end of the tube. So whatever be the like TWT, so at the end of helix traveling wave tube, so the wave get amplified. So the amplitude of helix is increases very good amount, so which will satisfies the amplification process. So automatically this amplification process significantly verified by monitoring the amplitude of the generated signal coming from tube. So amplitude is increases, so automatically this energy has take transformation. So the transfer of energy takes place. So this transfer of energy can be done by the proper formation of this electron beam bunching process. So dear students, this electron beam bunching process is again be verified in BWO like a TWT and HWT. So BWO also accepts this electron beam, and this electron beam formation further yields a task electron bunching process. So this electron bunching process results to get more amplification of the signal at the end of the tube. Therefore, amplification process can be done in this backward wave oscillator. So like TWT and HWT, so BWO has also has omega beta diagram where it will explains a good relationship between angular velocity and phase constant beta. So during this bunching process, all bunch electron beam transfers the energy to this signal. So that is fed to the terminating impedance of this helix. So when this uh, electron beam, so when this electron beam get attains more energy, when this electron beam attains more energy, so it will transfer the energy to this RF signal. So automatically from RF signal which is fed to terminating at the end of this helix. So this phenomena represents a traveling wave movement towards the cathode. So when electron beam attains, automatically inbuilt electron beam creates a bunch of electrons. These bunch of electron further results amplification process. Therefore, the traveling wave, whatever we called traveling wave, the traveling wave move towards the cathode terminal. So where we identified another transformation of this wave by the phenomena of bunching. So the maximum energy that will have taken from this electron beam that will produce a task called amplification. So due to this amplification, when this amplification will be done after certain time, so automatically some oscillations are be producing with a greater velocity, which is comparative to applied beam velocity. Therefore, the amplification further, this amplification further takes a transformation called oscillations that will be a maximum input energy. So another important point in this operation, as we mentioned here, this electron beam can assume only one velocity at a given time. So what is the significance of one velocity at a given time? So with respect to angular frequency and with respect to the bunching time constants, so this bunching time constants has significance on this velocity of transformation. So at this given time, we have a good electron beam formation will be possible to this electron gun. So as a result, we got a phenomena that the beam, the tube attains a greater backward waves that are called reverse reflections backward waves on this helix. So this is the phenomena generally occur in this helix traveling wave tube, similar like in this backward wave oscillator. So with the absence of attenuator, so we expect a reflected waves, we expect backward waves. That results, that word terminated here as backward wave. Clear? So sometimes we have a good question that what is the velocity. So this velocity decides, and this depending upon this velocity of the beam, so we can get a appropriate frequencies are being selected. For this purpose, the potential difference will be existing, a potential drop, potential build, potential difference will be monitored between cathode and anode plates. That will take as uh, dependent variable that should be available with respect to the velocity of this generated uh, electron beam. So therefore this potential will cause to make a sure on this change in this potential. So that task will turn to appropriate changes in the frequency of oscillation. So different oscillations, different harmonical frequencies, different frequencies of oscillations are be available. Different oscillations are created on this backward wave oscillators. Therefore, we'll able to get the phenomena on this thing. So let we draw omega beta diagram where we can attain some knowledge on this thing. So here I am representing the wave simply called omega beta diagram. 1 minute. Yes. So here I am entitling what is the uh, omega beta relationship, simply omega beta diagram waveform or simply relation. So here I am taking on x-axis. Here I am taking x and y-axis. So it is the phase constant and it is the angular velocity. So here different points are be taken here. I take first angular frequency and second angular frequency. So when phase velocity, so when phase velocity is equals to applied beam velocity, so automatically the relationship is linear. So it is the linear relationship can be implemented when v equals to phase velocity. So when after certain time, suppose this is the first angular frequency indication, second angular frequency indication, third angular frequency indication. So here I am representing different angular frequencies marking as an indication. So at certain frequency, so here we are making drop curve likewise. Yes. And we have here get the exactly linear curve where your value should be taken out. So this value, so I will change the color. So here whatever So this is the very important region where the frequency of oscillations will be developed. So this part is called backward wave, back backward wave. So this is the region. So this is the region very important for making the sustained oscillations. So in this picture here, I am representing the relation between the beta versus omega. Take snapshot omega beta diagram for the backward wave oscillator, very popular for our part A questionnaire. So on this figure, so the interaction between RF and electron beam is different in backward wave oscillator. So therefore, RF wave signal is travel that will be direction opposite to this end electron beam. Therefore, this omega beta diagram sometimes called dispersion diagram also. So everybody note this keyword. So that is called here dispersion diagram. So in this dispersion diagram curve, simply curve, dispersion diagram or curve, we simply called curve also, dispersion diagram or curve. In this dispersion diagram or curve where omega angular frequency and beta is phase constant. So the growth value of this RF wave has a group velocity that will be associated in backward direction. So in the direction of this up curve, so the phase velocity and group velocities are here be considered as positive. Let's take here point B and here point A. So what is the journey? So the OB curve. So the point where OB, the OB line has both phase velocity. So that is phase velocity and group velocity. So symbolically here group velocity can be called variation. So both are having the positive values. So that why phase velocity and group velocity both are having this one. So at this phase velocity, what is the empirical formula? So the ratio of velocity to phase constant here termed as phase velocity. So dear students, the journey where from origin to B curve, the quadrant where we got values phase velocity and group velocity, both are be in positive. So actually this type of nature will automatically available in the traveling wave tube. But what is the speciality of this backward wave oscillator is nothing but this is the backward wave oscillator phenomena. So, so that is the direction. So what is the here? Let's take OBC. Let's take here point BC here. So in the portion BC, beam velocity of electron and phase velocity of RF wave are B positive, but group velocities we are having a negative direction, negative value. So due to the reflections, due to the backward wave, we are called the slope of this signal curve should be in down following. So that is called a negative direction. That is the speciality of this backward wave oscillator. Clear? So therefore interaction where the interaction takes place during the BC region. So in fact backward wave can be thought of feedback loop. So at low frequencies, we are taken this type of the signals. So this is the like simple. So this is the interaction. This is the bunching process where the uh, alignment of this interaction takes place. So this is the region where no so are the characteristics of traveling wave tube, and backward waves are be different. So this is the brief omega beta interaction, omega beta dispersion curve representation. So let me look something take attendance. So here I am representing the equivalent figure that shows the specifications and the directions, whatever be mentioning in the equivalent circuit for this one. Once again, so it is the equivalent representation. So it is the equivalent here. So 1 minute, here I am drawing the schematic. Yes. So here I am representing several regenerative loops that shows the function as an amplifier with beta as the feedback factor in the loop of the output to input. So here we have loop formation. So here we have loop formation. So it is the output here. So we have output. So each generative loop function as an amplifier or oscillator. So for example, here loop number 1, here loop number 2, here loop number 3, here loop number 4, likewise. So for all each regenerative loop, they will be act as a function as an amplifier or oscillator. So that has designed such that a phase shift around each loop, they will carry 2 pi radians. So therefore the forward circuit is the helix along this wave, so that will move out. So therefore feedback current is the beta circuit in the feedback amplifier. So connecting the output to input, when the amplifier gain become sufficiently large, so positive feedback can takes place. So therefore beta circuit loop oscillate at the frequency for which the total delay, which will be has here take as 2 pi radians. So we here we observed positive feedback. So here observe positive feedback So this will results. So RF field velocity modulates the electron beam which moves towards the collector and therefore to be form the bunching process. So this bunch now provides then an energy to the helix RF wave in the backward direction. Therefore, this loop continues until the sufficiently large number of energy formations will be happened. So the frequency of these oscillations can be varied by varying the voltage, controlling the beam velocity and the amplitude of oscillations. Therefore, automatically will change the beam current. So we have a facility of changing the beam voltage. So therefore, beam current should be automatically varied in backward wave oscillator. So once again, take a look on performance characteristic of this frequency BWO. So it has good frequency range. It has good frequency range, 1 giga to 1000 giga. Very good power. Very good power. 10 milliwatt, 20 watt, 250. So automatically good tuning range. So take snapshot. These are the performance characteristic slide for BWO. So once again, take a look for applications of BWO. So generally these backward wave oscillators are used for generate the microwave signals in the academic experiments, instruments like a transmitting device. That is first point here I mentioned. So it is also used for broadband sources with noise as an application for creation of the confusion in the radar applications. Second application, broadband devices. Third application, BWO, they are used as noise cancellers, noiseless oscillators. Fourth one, continuous wave generators. Fifth one, it will use just to generate wide range of frequencies. So generally this backward wave oscillator will able to generate a look on like a TWC. So comparative to helix traveling wave tube, this backward wave oscillator is able to get the good performance characteristics. So comparative to TWT, this backward wave oscillator has good frequency of operation up to 1000, but only in TWT we have only 100 gigahertz. And similarly, output power, so helix traveling wave to comparative to TWT, backward wave oscillator has good output power. Similar comparative to TWT, backward wave oscillator BWO skit good tuning range. So dear students, this is the knowledge regarding backward wave oscillator. So I think everybody get good knowledge on BWO by enjoying this online explanation session. So I hope, so my heartfelt thanks to for every participant who are actively listening this BWO oscillator explanation and making the success of this today online class. So thank you for everyone. Thank you for all. Thank you for all.